Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as well as the vast majority of crypto and finance. And with that being said, let's just dive on in, and let's first start off with the fact that DCENT Wallets is holding a major event right now until November 16th. If you purchase a DCENT wallet, I'm going to drop a link down in the description below, as well as in the comments below. If you guys go and get a DCENT wallet right now, you can actually fill out a form on their website. It's at the top, where they are giving away 200 Algorand right now. And as you guys are all aware, if Algorand does make it back to $1 plus, the all-time high was nearly $3. That means that your 200 Algorand could very well be worth $200 to $400, which would cover the DCENT wallet fully and essentially give you a free cold storage wallet. So if you guys do want to take advantage of this massive offer from DCENT Wallet, you guys are more than welcome to, with the links down in the description below, as well as in the comments below. It's going to be at the top, just to make sure that you guys don't miss it. So if you guys do want to go get this, it's a limited time only. I highly suggest everybody go out and get a DCENT wallet right now, especially as we prepare for the next major run up in the market. And with that being said, let's dive on in, and let's start off with this post here from Ripple. So they are quoting the 2023 New Value Report, and they are saying finance leaders expect more real world assets like stocks, equities, and bonds will be represented on chain. Honestly, I think that this was the year that tokenization started to have a major boom behind it. I think that almost every single major financial leader around the world regarding stocks, equities, bonds, and so much more, we're talking even real estate and things like that, I think that they now see the value behind tokenization as a service. And this video gives us a little bit of a glimpse, not too much into how much demand there is around tokenization, but we have been talking about it for a while and how much value there is behind some of these major asset classes. I mean, they're in the hundreds of trillions of dollars. And listen, as a lot of that value flows on chain, you know, it's not just about the value being on chain. It's about the value being moved and settled and things like that on chain as well. Because remember, when you have tokenization and you have things of value tokenized, well, that value is not only represented on chain, but it also needs to be able to move and be settled on chain as well. And that is also where bridge currency comes into place as well. Being able to settle anything of value, being able to move anything of value. I mean, that is a game changer. But listen closely to this 45-second long clip. It doesn't give us too much information, but it is still a great thing to look at in terms of how much demand there is in the real world of finance.
As more and more assets become tokenized, it's changing how finance leaders think about business. And it's happening faster than you might think. According to Ripple's global survey, over 70% of finance leaders responded that they're very interested in using tokenization as a way of driving innovation in the next 3 years. For example, finance leaders expect more real-world assets like stocks, equities, and bonds will be represented on-chain. And finance leaders anticipate operational benefits like greater efficiency, always-on market access, and improved liquidity. To learn more crypto trends and
So there you guys have it. And if we do go back there, right? You know, we're talking about 70% of finance leaders in the next 3 years are very interested in using tokenization. Also, over here in terms of, tokenizing things, we will start to see improved liquidity, always on market access, and greater efficiency. This is the game-changing benefits behind blockchain, crypto, tokenization as a service, and things like that I'm very excited about. But also, remember, David Schwartz, right? Check this out from Flip the Chain going back to the beginning of October. We do see Ripple David Schwartz, tokenization on the XRP ledger shall start in a year and a half in the real world. Yeah, guess what? That is literally very, very close, because as we do start to see things move in terms of tokenization, like even in this video, like they're interested now. Like now is the time to get behind tokenization, because once this thing does start to heat up, it's not going to slow down. And I do think that the XRP ledger is perfectly primed for this. But listen closely to this video.
I'm hoping that we're going to see, as real-world asset tokenization projects grow, I think the XRP ledger is going to be a really good platform for them to launch on, particularly because of the low fees and because of the integration with the DEX, with the proximity to sort of the movement of funds. The ability, if someone's going to buy What do you want to do with a real world tokenized asset? You want to buy it, you want to sell it, you want to hold it, you want to transfer it. And if you want to buy it and sell it, you want to be able to do that with whatever asset is convenient for you. You don't want to tie, if you tokenize some sort of debt, like you don't want to tie it to US dollars, because then that limits access to it to people who have sort of proximity to US dollars. One of the things the XRP Ledger is good for is giving you sort of proximity to many different assets, and that exchange is seamlessly built in. So I think that's one of the many reasons why the XRP Ledger is going to be a good place to launch tokenized real world assets. I think we'll see that in the next year and a half.
So there you guys have it. And he even does mention how it's extremely seamless to be tokenizing, settling, moving, and things like that. These things that tokenize value on the XRP Ledger, because there's so many assets there, and they already built in that exchange aspect where you can move things of value and settle things of value instantaneously. So this is a big thing to look forward to, and it's a year and a half away. And listen, I don't think it's a year and a half away. I'm just going to be honest. I think that now's the time to be looking heavily into tokenization. We also see over here, SBI, long-term Ripple partner, now looking for tokenization of funds. David Schwartz in the tag video said tokenization will flow to the XRP Ledger in a year and a half. Looking at the events, it looks quite promising. Listen, as we start to see these big players like SBI, BlackRock, you name it, all coming into the game around tokenization, they are going to choose the most efficient ledger technology and asset for tokenization. But beyond that, right? Like Ripple has already created significant connections and networking with some of the largest names like SBI, for an example. And SBI has a network of massive leaders around the financial world tied to it. I'm very excited about this because, again, the domino effects regarding tokenization, like I said, once this thing starts to happen, it is going to spread so fast. And I think that we need to focus heavily on this because there is so much value out there that is left untouched around blockchain that I do think that tokenization is just going to swallow up, and that's going to all come on chain. And, something is going to be at the middle of that, the bridge of that, if you will. But also, Hong Kong, we know that Ripple has made a very large name in the Hong Kong region. Well, guess what? 15 hours ago, Hong Kong regulator issues tokenized investments requirements amid demand because the demand is so damn high. And here we see down here that the market demand in Hong Kong for tokenized investment products combined with the various benefits of blockchain technology became one of the key drivers for the SFC to consider issuing public guidelines on tokenized in the securities and futures market. And here we have, with the conclusion of the closely watched Central Financial Work Conference, China has outlined future priorities and directions for the pursuit of the country's high quality financial development. So listen, like they want to safeguard this. They want to make sure that they are prepared. There's a lot of things happening right now. They are getting ready. They are trying to make sure that their infrastructure is in place. They want to tokenize things like securities, for example. And that's why I also think that the DTCC is working heavily with Swift, as well as many other players within the blockchain space, because guess what? The DTCC is settling $2.4 quadrillion worth of securities per year. Imagine if all of that was tokenized. I mean, this truly is a game changer. And also with Hong Kong, like I said, Ripple's already tapped in. And this is with real estate. And remember, real estate, I keep telling you guys, this is a $300 trillion asset class that is essentially being tapped in with tokenization. So imagine how much money is going to flow on chain through some of these asset classes. And also HSBC, they added fuel to the tokenization fire with gold focused offering. And this is all with a DLT, right? They're noting its use of DLT to trade the assets. And I wonder what DLT they are utilizing, because they didn't give us too much. It's all just through the HSBC Evolve platform that this could be traded. But there's nothing really too in-depth to see here regarding what DLT they're utilizing, which is very interesting. But I would question what DLT they are using for this. We already know that HSBC acknowledged the XRP Ledger as a game changer for cross-border payments back in June of this year. So, will they be utilizing the XRP Ledger for tokenization services? We don't know, right? But we already know that they know about Ripple. They already know about the XRP Ledger. They know about XRP. It wouldn't I mean, to me personally, it wouldn't surprise me if they were using the XRP ledger, but I don't think that there's enough information here to say, hey, they are using it. But again, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below on that one. But we did get to see a big headline today. The US Treasuries spearhead tokenization boom. Driven by favorable macro conditions and increased willingness among traders to dive into real-world assets, the market for tokenized debt is flying. Let me talk to you guys real quick about tokenized debt. There is $307 trillion in this market, and that's in 2023. Global debt has already hit a record $307 trillion in 2023. This market is only going to continue to grow. We could actually see public debt here, household debt, and even non-financial corporate debt. This is continuing to skyrocket. In the last, decade, we have seen this number grow astronomically. So imagine what debt is going to look like in 5-10 years from now. It's only going to continue to grow. We even see here in 2021, global debt reached a record $303 trillion, a further jump from what was recorded global debt in 2020, 1 year ago, at $226 trillion. It literally rose almost $80 trillion in one damn year. That's absolutely crazy to think about. So imagine if this got tokenized as well. And again, it seems as though it is becoming a big deal. We actually see down here, if the 2021 bull run was known for cartoon apes, meme coins, and gushing endorsements from celebrities, the next wave of crypto adoption or even crypto spring could come from something less sexy but more substantive. We do see the tokenization of real-world assets, or real-world assets, RWAs, right? At least that was my thesis earlier this year when I reported on the projected $16 trillion market of tokenized assets. And down here, we do see the tokenization space has caught fire, providing new tools and profits for investors and traders alike. This is especially true of tokenized US treasuries, according to 21.co. The market value of tokenized treasuries increased nearly sixfold since the beginning of January, literally this year, jumping from 104 million to 675 million. And this is why I say, the tokenization space is going to grow very, very fast once we start to see big adoption coming into the space. For an example, imagine BlackRock tokenizing all of their assets under management. That is $10 trillion. But we also do see down here that traditional banks might not have much interest in Dogecoin or NFTs, but they love things like instant settlement, which you get with real-world assets, 24/7 trading, lower cost, and the transformation of illiquid assets into liquid instruments. So the bankers are getting in on the action. Franklin Templeton, for example, tokenized over $300 million in terms of its US government money fund on Stellar and Polygon. The European Investment Bank issued 150 million euros of tokenized bonds. And of course, the CEO of BlackRock even called tokenization the next generation for markets. So as we look at this, right, we are seeing game-changing moves being made here. And one of the big things that I keep telling you guys, we need to pay attention to those that are changing this game, right? That are at the forefront of it. And Ripple has been at the forefront of this for a while. And yes, in their 2023 new value report, right, we could actually see a few things mentioned within this. So tokenization starts on number 8. If we actually go to tokenize here, we could see some of the things that are happening with tokenization. So let me zoom in 200%, just so that you guys can see this. So we do see tokens or digital assets are digital representations of value on the blockchain. And here's where we can see a little bit of what will be tokenized eventually. So currencies such as CBDCs and stablecoins, real-world assets, liquid or illiquid, like carbon credit, stocks, real estate, and gold, art and collectibles, intellectual property, and access rights, e.g. tickets, and more. This is just scratching the surface if I'm being honest, because there's a lot more out there that will be touched by this. But the reason why I bring this back up, because we've already gone over this, right? We've already talked about the $16 trillion opportunity at hand here, because they're talking about by 2030, this is going to be the value of tokenized assets. Imagine $16 trillion being on chain while we are literally trading at less than $2 trillion in market cap for the global crypto market. But what I wanted to talk about is some of these percentages up here. So according to a survey of global institutional clients commissioned by the BNY Mellon and conducted by Celent, 97% agree that tokenization will revolutionize asset management and be good for the industry. They also found that 88% of investors are comfortable utilizing a digital representation of currency like stablecoins or tokens. Again, moving very fast from the idea of hype to now we actually have substance here. Like we literally see the overall percentage of demand there is here from financial leaders around the world. And we even see down here, like tokenization will drive greater global innovation. Finance decision makers expect to explore tokenization as a way to drive innovation over the next 3 years, 72%. 63% assets that would benefit from the most tokenization, online security, and data protection tools, 50% stocks. The stock market, global stock market, is over $100 trillion in value. I mean, imagine what is going to be happening over the next 3 years. This is why I keep telling you guys, like, you know, we're talking short term, but long term, this entire space is going to erupt in value. Expected usage is high in the near future as well. 80% plus of global financial leaders are likely to begin using cryptocurrencies, CBDCs, and or stablecoins in their business in the next 3 years. This is only going to continue to become a big highlighted trend. I keep telling you guys that, you know, as we look at this space, and I know that I could sound like a broken record when I say this, when we look at this space, this truly is once in a lifetime opportunity. I mean, we are literally at the forefront of this before the financial leaders, before the financial institutions and the big banks are even touching this space. So as we look at it, right, I do think that this has been the year that this big move has started. And this is only going to continue to, you know, move faster than you even could expect, right? Because listen, the fire has already started. And these big institutions, these big giants like HSBC, for example, are only adding more fuel to it. It's going to spread pretty quick. And I look forward to the DLTs, right? The ledger technology out there that is extremely efficient to handle this demand. And the XRP ledger is at the forefront of this. Hedera is at the forefront of this. Zinfin, XDC is also killing it. XLM, Stellar, they're killing it. Casper is already starting with IPv, tokenizing intellectual property. I mean, listen. This is the time that you want to be doing research regarding tokenization as a service and which networks and which ledgers are at the start of this, because those that are actually focused on this right now, those that are, you know, making the moves, they're going to reap the rewards of being early in this, because this is hundreds and hundreds of trillions of dollars at stake here that could very well be moving on chain in the next year and a half. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, this has been Nick. Peace out.